standard hotkeys to select that SCV to have him stop building and then pulls him into mining or gas or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't seem viable. There must have been like a couple of adepts that went over to harass.
Right.
In which case, we would assume that ShoWTimE knows that at least he delayed the timing.
Yeah,
of
that's
the
what I'm
CC.
thinking. So it's just like, if even though I'm taking damage in my main, if I just hold on, I mean, I've got the advantage.
Yeah.
But, oh, no.
I mean, as you were saying, he was floating a lot of minerals. He was down like 30 supply. There was another huge army that was about to hit his third base, and all of his army units had just died in the defense.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
You know, it was going to be a really hard spot for ShoWTimE to defend in that one. And we are about to jump into game number 3 now. It's going to be on Overgrowth. And it all comes down to this. We've said it before in the past. These groups are so intense, and if ShoWTimE could take a best of 3 against TY, or TY could do that against ShoWTimE, it really solidifies their position in this group.
Yeah, absolutely. Either victor of this series is going to be off to a great start, because it is about that top 3 seed, Valdez. That's where you want to be. But here we have him, our first player down in the bottom left, equalizing the scoreline. Rough start there on Newkirk Precinct, but he came back, and here we are now in the ace game. It is going to be TY.
And up in the top right, the German Protoss taking a loss in that one, but 1 game away from winning the best of 3. It is ShoWTimE.
So, Valdez, I know that it is early in the day, but I don't know. I just have a good feeling about these groups, man. It's Group C and Group D. Group C arguably the hardest group, the group of death is what everyone's calling it.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I think Group D also has some significance to it, right?
Yeah, it definitely does. It's got some really strong players. I think other guys in there that you wouldn't expect to come out and play really well are going to do quite well in today's games. We don't actually have the schedule in front of us, but
that's actually yesterday's schedule. I think I'm
yeah.
going to see if I can find it, because I think I've got. I should have it around here somewhere.
There you go. Looks like you found it.
There we go. After this one, we're going to have Scarlet versus Isona. That's going to be a 6 ZVZ from Group C.
Yeah, we're going to be going to the main stage after this series, guys. So
yeah, we are.
Make sure you're tuning into that one. You get to see the Hoshi dancing show as well. The big hype dancing show.
Is that like the same girls from yesterday?
I'm not sure. And apparently the magic show happens later on today,
A magic show? Dude, I really like magic. Is it going to be like card tricks and stuff?
I would assume that there would be some sort of magic involved, Tenchi.
I'm a big fan of magic, man. Do you believe in magic, Valdez?
No, I don't.
well,
do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart? Yeah, I do.
That's
I
exactly where I wanted you to take it, dude.
Okay,
that's exactly where I wanted you to take it. I am so impressed, Valdez.
I took it eventually.
You did.
Cradled it in my arms. Okay, so we have the Reaper coming out here.
Just going to see the Nexus finishing up. Nothing different. Very standard openings from both of our players. I'm glad, though, that we're here in the third map, because we've basically just seen that both of these players, the fact that ShoWTimE can go toe-to-toe with TY, or even the other, like, actually, I'm going to say that TY can go toe-to-toe with ShoWTimE like this. Really impressive from both sides. Because I think ShoWTimE, with the first game that he played, a couple of mistakes on the macro in that previous one, but I still think that I would favor ShoWTimE coming into this series just overall. For me, it's like a 70-30 in favor of the German player.
Interesting. I was like the opposite. I was like 70-30 for TY coming into this one, to be honest.
But now we're 50-50, Valdez.
Now we're 50-50. No, I'm still 70-30. I mean, TY, that map of Echo is just so hard to find any damage, and he really just got shut down hardcore. I think Overgrowth is one of these maps where he can really abuse his skills like so well. I mean, if ShoWTimE wants to take this third base, you can run in here. You can even run into the natural if he's not looking. You can drop into the main. There's just so many different paths, attack paths, that you can take as a Terran to really break down the defenses of the Protoss. So,
as you say that, Medevac heading out on a mission. Single Widowmine has actually made his way all across the map already, in a bit of a forward position there. But what is that? 1 mine, 6 Marines in that Medevac. And the Observer's actually going to intercept him, so he's going to see it coming, and he should have units prepared.
Yeah, does have 2 adepts ready and waiting to try to snipe that Widow Mine. It looks like that's exactly what he's trying to do. Nice micro by TY to stutter step that back. Now we're going to scuttle in here into the main. It does get targeted down. Very nicely done by ShoWTimE. Meanwhile, guys, we do have one Widow Mine getting in here. This is totally unseen. 5 kills immediately. And the Marines coming into the back line here, trying to take some good trades against these Stalkers. Really nice micro by TY. Is going to get 9 probes in total. And he only trades 1 Widow Mine and some Marines. This Widow Mine has not even been cleaned up.
Oh man, that is some sick damage from TY. It's did you see that? You know, he was, when he sort of stayed for a little bit, because it was only 3 Stalkers, right? And soaked some of the damage so that he could focus fire down some of those harder to replace Stalkers. I mean, 50 gas is quite expensive. Some really nice cube micro there from the Terran.
Yeah, TY, much like Maru, is just really good with his targeting, his army control, his multitasking. And, I mean, we're going to have a pretty strong push as the follow-up here. We do not see a 3rd command center. We just see tank after tank. The one thing that he is missing, though, here is infantry upgrades. So he may delay until that, or he might just go with some kind of hybrid, kind of 1-1-1. There are 3 barracks, a much later, just kind of, you know, barracks factory and starport kind of push here in a bit. Although with the engineering bay coming up here, maybe he will delay.
I think on a map like Overgrowth, like these 2 base pushes can be so powerful for Terran. You have the tanks, the Liberators, and just a decent clump of bio. Can be very strong. But I mean, we'll see, because he's already investing into the Liberators, getting some of the Marauders out as well. Stim on the way, additional add-ons. How many barracks do I have to work with right now? 3 only?
Yeah, seems that way. Yeah, just 3 here. 1 add-on is being a little bit lazy, not being used there, just taking a break. ShoWTimE does see all of this. Their command center, though, is started. ShoWTimE does not see this. It was after the observer passed by, so he actually does not know about that 3rd base. Maybe he can infer from what he sees in the main, where he's like, okay, there's not enough production buildings. I think he must be going for a 3rd base eventually. That is coming down.
Oh man, this pylon, the fact that it can actually reach over there. It's a bit sneaky, I didn't know that. But, well, this is a tough position, to say the least, for ShoWTimE to deal with. But he actually squeezed out a very quick Colossus right off the back of getting that Immortal. So, I mean, he's got decent firepower, but a Raven in support, a lot of Marines, a Medevac, and these 2 tanks, man. This is really hard. 11 more workers fall. TY is doing a really good job right now in this game.
Look at that. I mean, wasted overcharge as well as the Raven, you know, just fakes flying in to get some auto turrets down. Saves all the energy, and he's just chilling right up here. And I like how ShoWTimE is waiting for that 2nd Colossus. I think he should be able to clean this up here. But as you said, tons of damage being done. 12 more probes. We do have that 3rd base for the Terran coming down here. PDD does come down. The tank's getting a nice bit of shelling damage. That 1 Colossus getting very low. It does get targeted down. But at the end of this all, the Terran will be cleaned up eventually, but at what cost?
Oh, this is so sick. The target fire there from TY, killing the workers. Behind this, he gets a 3rd base. His upgrades are up and running. He's going to be adding in more infrastructure soon as well. Valdez going up to those 5 racks. And another drop in the main base, actually. With these Widow Mines, look at how much damage they're doing. That's absolutely brutal. TY, you absolute beast.
Yeah, this is kind of what I was expecting from this game. He was just doing massive amounts of damage, and he is all over ShoWTimE. He is so far ahead. You could even see the production tab was like insane, where there was about 10 different things going for the Terran and only 1 observer being made by the Protoss, and shuts down that very small amount of harass. And what can ShoWTimE really do here but counterattack?
Is it even going to be enough though, Valdez? I mean, he's only got what is that? He's got 1 Colossus. That's the splash damage he's bringing. 1 Immortal at half HP. He doesn't have any of these very crucial support elements with his army. Does he? He might have Blink, but is that going to be enough? Does he have anything?
Does have Blink, but he's going against Sim Combat Shields +1 with 1 Colossus. Army supplies are heavily in the Terran's favor. Can use all the SCVs, and he is just going to stim forward, get those Liberators in position. Not even enough Stalkers to get underneath that. That Colossus is going to be targeted down right away. And even 1 more Warpin of the Zealots, but I just do not think that is going to be enough.
No, sir. That's going to be it. ShoWTimE losing everything. I mean, there's no real backup plan here either for the Protoss player because he's just so far behind in the economy, and that's it. That's GG. Valdez, I guess I was mistaken. Maybe I put too much faith in ShoWTimE, but regardless, of like a really good game on Echo. We had a really good start on Yukuk as well.
Yeah.
But in the end, TY triumphs.
That he does. And when I looked at this group, ShoWTimE was the one guy that I thought could challenge TY. I said to myself, maybe if Jim has a day that